I've been in business for 43 years, and I started my business in 1979.
He does business exactly how we recommend roofing companies do business.
Man, this is so beautiful. Look at this.
This is our office. We call this our office. We say, hey, we're going to the office today.
Do you use ice and water on entire roofs here, or first 6 feet, or
Entire roof.
entire
We'll
roof?
never do a job without it.
Probably saves us 1 to 2% on our bottom line if you add it up throughout the year, easily.
And they go ahead and load this up. They'll unload on the red, and then load all that stuff for their jobs in, and they're good to go.
A couple million a year in the Roof Maxx?
Yeah, that's what we did last year.
Today we're in Reno, Nevada, visiting valued member of Roofing Insights community, Brad Mills and Company. It's a Lake Tahoe area. From what I heard, it's a beautiful, beautiful area. But the real reason why I wanted to come here so bad is because Brad Mills have been in business for over 40 years in a very unique resort kind of location. And he works with the brands that Roofing Insights endorses and recommends. Brands like Roof Maxx, Enhancify. He is what we represent. He does business exactly how we recommend roofing companies do business. I cannot wait to show you their operations. Stay tuned. Please comment below if you enjoy this kind of company tours that we're doing, because your feedback fuels this channel. And if you want us to invite to your business, comment below. I'm gonna put my credential. Maybe next time we'll come to you. Let's go.
My name is Brad Mills, and I'm the owner of Mills Roofing.
My name is Jeremy Mills, and I'm part owner of Mills Roofing.
Dimitri,
Jeremy, nice to
nice to meet you. So are you taking over now, or
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, that's the plan.
when are you gonna retire?
So the time for me to officially be out this time next year.
This time
But
next
I'll
year?
probably still be around. You know, it's my life. I started in 1976 right out of high school. I've been in business for 43 years, and I started my business in 1979 after about 3 years of working in the industry.
I started in the business about 23 years ago, and worked my way through, pretty much did every part of the business that we could. And then as we grew over the last 5 years more so, I worked my way into becoming a part owner of the business.
How long does it take to re-roof a house here?
Our average is about a week to a week and a half on almost every structure.
And
we
we're
do.
not talking about metal, we're talking about asphalt?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
What takes so long?
We don't get to just take the shingles off and put them back on, because the ice dams build up so big and up against walls. We have to take the extra step and take the sidewall or the siding off,
Okay.
so that we can replace the flashings. And we take that ice and water and roll it up all the walls all the way up, and then put in a continuous flashing, because the step flashings don't work well in ice dam areas.
I started in Sacramento at the first 3 years of my roofing career, and then I moved to Lake Tahoe, where I started my business in 1979. I worked hard. I was me by myself. With once in a while, I would have somebody helping me. And my company slowly grew over the next 3 and 4 years, and I could see that I had the opportunity to have a really decent business in this region.
Currently, Mills Roofing covers the Truckee, North Tahoe, South Lake areas. And down in the valley, we go all the way from Minden, Gardnerville, Carson City, into Reno, and the North Valley's there. And we do service out to Fallon and Fernley areas as well.
We're going to return to amazing Mills Roofing story in a few seconds, but first let me tell you about a Roofing Process Conference in Las Vegas this year. It's our biggest event of the year. If you're new to this channel and you don't know nothing about it, I want to introduce you to this event. Roofing Process Conference have been around for 3 years. We've done it 3 years in Orlando, Florida, where I'm flying in right now, literally standing in the airport. But this year we have to change it a little bit. Orlando Rosen Center could not accommodate us. We're bigger than ever, 2,000 attendees, 120 vendors, selling as fast as we possibly can, way faster than years prior. Best speakers, best vendors. You're gonna absolutely love it. Companies like Mills Roofing and most companies who we've been introducing to you on this channel, all our best company tours gonna be there. You don't wanna miss this event. Because it's Las Vegas and because we're doing it early on, tickets are cheaper than ever. Couple $100 for the ticket. Airfare, couple $100. Hotel room at Paris Hotel is under $100. I believe it's about $70. You can literally have the entire experience with the air travel, with the food, with hotel cost under $1,000. If you want to spend a little bit more and buy VIP, it's also worth every penny. We're talking about lunch and breakfast with all the speakers in the private room. So go to roofconference.com, grab your tickets now. And if you're a vendor, we also want to hear from you. We are selling faster than ever. Our booth, we're about 50% filled already, and it's 140 days out. Price for the tickets will go up in month of August. So if you want to take advantage of early bird discounts, time is now. And I'll see you guys in Paris. You will never be the same. Our motto this year is fall in love with your business again, because roofing business is tough. You need friends. You need your community to support you. Make your friends at the Roofing Process Conference, and let's get back to Emil's story.
Man, this is so beautiful. Look at this.
Yeah.
All the stones.
This is our office. We call this our office. We say, hey, we're going to the office today. So it was a 26 gauge delta rib pattern, and it was cut tight into the valley, and the snow had come down and collected, and over the years had just destroyed it and flattened it and ruined it, and it was just come apart. So to put like a comp roof on here would cause a big problem for this house too. So you have to kind of pick the worst of two. So we decided to go ahead and widen this out so the snow will funnel through better for them.
Give me all layers, start to finish. What's first, what's second, what's third?
Okay, plywood, then a full 100% ice and water shield.
Entire
and the whole roof, it's all HT. Okay. And then the Versa shield on top of that, and then the panels over that.
And the Versa sheet is just for the fire rating.
Correct.
After working in Lake Tahoe for 4 years, I decided that this is where I wanted to stay. I love the community, I like the people, I liked the area that I lived in. And it would presented a very big challenge as far as roofing goes, because the dynamic was way different than what I was used to, because it was high mountain roofing, ice dams, different types of underlayment you have to do, and just a whole different environment built around roofing. So it presented a huge challenge and made me want to stay.
Roofing in the Lake Tahoe area is different because of our geographic location. We measure snowfall in feet instead of inches. Because of that, we have to take a lot of precautions on the houses. So we have to treat the roofs with a little extra care, 100% ice and water shield, and we also do 100% synthetic felt over the top of that.
Do you use ice and water on entire roofs here, or first 6 feet, or
entire roof?
Entire
We'll
roof.
never do a job without it.
Really? Every job that you do, it's entire roof ice and water.
100% and then 100% titanium over that.
Oh wow! Is it a code or is it your personal?
I've been doing it a long time.
Your standard.
I'm not gonna up there.
Brad
you don't
Mill
want
standard.
That's right. My wife Kathy.
Hey, nice to meet you.
And Jeremy's wife Dawn.
Nice to meet you. The whole family here.
Really thought we'd bring him down.
As I moved into the future, I realized that as my son was growing up, that we were talking about having more of a family type of a business. So he joined me about 22 years ago, and we started building the business, and his wife eventually joined us. My wife had always been with me from the concept of the company, so we decided to move forward as a family style business. We wanted people that worked for us to understand and be part of our family, come to work for us and feel that, and just not feel like they were working for some other company. The family atmosphere for us was really paramount, and it really shows today with all of our employees and the people who work for us.
What are we doing here?
This is our shop guy. We call him the asset manager. This is his truck. It's kind of a life support for the whole business. It goes out and grabs all the supplies that we need, pre-ordered by crews or predetermined by our systems. So it can all get back here to the shop ready to go for the crews. So then the crews aren't out there also shopping for those supplies. So it's an efficiency thing. And then the other thing that we do is have a 100-gallon gas tank in it, and we gas the fleet with it too.
I want you to answer a question, why? Why is it important for you to fill them up here? Why they cannot stop at the gas station to do it themselves?
Well, in our company, when an employee shows up, they clocked in for the day. So they're on the clock, and driving around our windshield time is part of that. So it gets pretty costly. So the reason that we do that is because in the past we were letting them stop at the gas station, but
20-30 minutes every morning,
20-30 minutes,
afternoon
they
maybe.
get to buy a candy bar, an extra soda. It turns into a shopping experience. So we ixnayed that, and this way they're getting straight up to the job site. It's saving us a lot of money. Probably saves us 1 to 2% on our bottom line if you add it up throughout the year, easily by doing it this way.
1-2%. I mean, think about that rebate. And you guys do how much?
$5 million last year, and growing.
Just like that. Wow, love it.
It's part of our water system for the guys. Hydration is super key in the high, dry desert. I'm sure it is just like in Florida.
Sure.
We talk about hydration constantly, and drinking a warm glass of water on the job site is not.
And again, they're not going to stop at gas station to pick box of ice, right?
Yeah, we have 5-gallon jugs. You know, the orange jugs everyone has. Fill them up with ice all the way to the top. Fill it with water, and then one goes in each truck. It's one guy's responsibility to do that in the morning. Not the asset manager, but a different guy that we select, and he makes sure we call him the water boy, and he makes sure everyone has the hydration they need for the day.
All of our employees have uniforms, so they have all their shirts and all their pants and everything, so everybody's geared up and looks right. I think, yeah, the guys love it because they're not wrecking their clothes, and we take care of the laundry and everything, so they show up to work. They don't have to mess with it. They have to leave it here. They have a hamper here, over there. They put everything in, and they come here and it's taken care of. So upstairs is the where we store all of our nuts and bolts and guns and hoses and everything. We have a shop guy. He's not here right now, but this is his baby. So
looks like it has the owner.
It has an owner. You can't, in our opinion, you couldn't have a shop like this if you didn't have somebody up here managing it. Otherwise, stuff would be everywhere. So we have a really good way of how we deal with things. So we have these green pallets here that you see that are loaded.
Yeah.
These are jobs. You'll see, these are all repair jobs. So it has a name on them. And what he does is, as they're coming up, he goes out to the...
and it's only green. It's only painted.
Green means it's ready to go. So what happens is he takes it on the green pallet, the crew loads it up. They take the stuff they don't want in their truck and they load it on the red pallets. The red pallets come up and he brings it up here and he puts it back where it belongs. So watch your head there. But
so the green that goes out, the red, I've never seen it, but it's very unique. It's very cool. So red, that means it needs to go back organized, and green needs to go out to the job.
Yes, so what he does is he gets the job order for the repair or the crew, and he knows, like, that looks like that's 2 jobs right there, or 3 jobs possibly. So what he'll do is there's a crew assigned to this for the day, 2 or 3 guys. He'll take that down in the morning, he'll assign it to him. We use Trello to assign the, we're using AccuLinks for everything, but we also use Trello so they know who they're working with. And they go ahead and load this up. They'll unload on the red and then load all that stuff for their jobs in, and they're good to go. So when this crew shows up here in the morning, their job's ready to go. They don't have to come up here, mess with any of this stuff, go figure out where this stuff is. They load it and they get. Probably one of the most challenging times of my career was early on, back in 1987. In 1987, I was really trying to grow. I got my first office. I had my first salesman. I started having more employees and people in management. And what happened is I had 3 contractors at that time that went bankrupt. And that bankruptcy at that time was like $78,000, which was a lot of money for me at that time. And I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, and I almost felt like I was going to give up. But I pulled up my pants and went for it and said, let's go. And while I was behind with the IRS, I was behind with suppliers, and I made my agreements and I made my way out of the situation. It took me 3 years, but it taught me a lot, and it made me a much stronger businessman by sticking with it, staying with it, seeing through, doing the right thing by the people, and it made me a much stronger person that I am today.
Brad, this job is a mess. What is going on here?
Well, it is a mess, and we don't normally have these kind of messes, but this one was kind of unavoidable. And what happened here is this started out as a repair for a leak, and we came out to tear into it, and we found some rotten siding as you go up the pitch change there. We dug into it, and the owner knew that there were rodents, and rodents here are chipmunks all over the place. And we create a great environment for them by building these homes. So they get in there and they start eating away at this foam. So they created all these tunnels in there. So we had to reevaluate the job and looked at what we said and had to re-roof this whole side. Once we got in there, they had massive tunnels. So we ended up having to pull all the plywood and all the insulation. Well, they had destroyed the insulation so bad, it was just styrofoam insulation, and they turned it into all these little BBs. And one gust of wind and it went, it was like snowflakes out here because the whole insulation system had failed. So we had to pull all the plywood off the roof, all the insulation out, get back down to the T&G, and then put all new nailable insulation board down and start over on this side. And he has the problem on the other side as well, but he can only afford to get this side done now.
My favorite service that we provide today is Roof Maxx because it's a new and exciting product. It's done a lot of good things for our company. It provides an extra service to the customer that really suits a need that they have and prolonging the life of their roof. But it's also great for us as a company because the liability becomes lower. We're on site a lot less of the time. I don't have to have as many employees there. The sale is really easy when the customer understands what the reasons that we're doing it. It's just a great all-around product for a business to add to their repertoire so that you can give extra options. And it's not only just an extra option, it's a great option for most homeowners if their roof qualifies.
There's our Roof Maxx.
Okay.
So we store our Roof Maxx there, and all the product is gravity fed down into the vans. They pull the van in here, and they take this hose, and they'll put it inside the van, and it's all gravity fed. So when we go out back, you'll see we've gone through, I don't know, 15, 16, 17 totes this year already.
Oh wow.
Last year we did 24. My goal this year was my goal last year was to hit 30. I didn't make it.
How does it transfer to sales, like in dollars? Couple million a year in the Roof Maxx?
Yeah, that's what we did last year.
How long have you been doing this?
So we're over 3.5 years now.
Okay.
We're into our 4th spray season. I would say we've done over 1,000 homes, and that includes condominium projects as well. So we use all gas units, and so this is a 100 gallon tank in the back here, and then this is a 200-foot hose, and then we use the gas and with the pump. We have agitators inside there that are all built into the system,
Sure.
so that we don't have to agitate it, and because you need to keep the Roof Maxx product mixed.
One job per day per van, or they can do 2 jobs?
They can do 2 to 3. We've had vans do 4
Wow.
in one day. I'm able to, one van is not usually doing less than $10,000 worth of Roof Maxx a day, up to 15,000, sometimes more a day in spray jobs.
Good morning.
We're about to shoot some content about RoofMaxx.
Just bought my house a few months ago, and I wanted to make sure that the roof was good because it was 15 years old. So when I called Mills Roofing, they recommended that I do RoofMaxx. And so I'm really happy to have my roof to be protected for 5 to 10 more years. The people are wonderful. Ernie and Daniel came out. They did some other things around my roof that I really appreciate to protect from the birds, and they took care of my property and helped me bag everything up and just did a super job. And we're very nice, very professional. Really happy I went with RoofMaxx.
My message to other roofers is to make sure that you're providing a quality service with your install. I know a lot of times we run into people here too that it's all about speed and how fast you can do things, and that is great and all, and when you become a really good roofer, speed comes along with that, and you can add that to your quality. But as you're an up-and-comer and learning how to do the trade, really take your time to learn how to do it correctly and install the products correctly, why you're installing them that way, how you're doing it. And then the speed and all that will come with time, but then you'll also be given a quality install at the same time.
My advice to homeowners that are looking for contractors, whether it be roofing or any type of business, you really need to make sure that that person has a good, stable company. They're doing a great presentation for you. They're not just throwing you a piece of paper with a number. Make sure they're evaluating, in my situation, evaluating your roof, showing you the photos and videos, showing you what's going on, explaining what you need to do, how you're going to get the best product for your money, and really dig into the integrity of the people that you're working with and their team and how that team responds to you. And those things really count when you're trying to pick a good contractor. Make sure you're looking at those types of things.